I'd like to kind of kick it off by talking about, as a business owner today, where has been or where is a current stuck point in your business, and how did you get unstuck?
Yeah. So what we had some of the most recent issues, I guess we would say, is we found it pretty difficult to find people that were knowledgeable and speaking with our investors. So when we have investors that come into our firm, myself and one of my other partners, we really focus on speaking to the accredited investors, so the higher net worth individuals, and then we also work with non-accredited investors as well. And finding people that are that have a little background in working with people that are that have funds, you know what I mean, that have money, and it's difficult to find that because you might find people that are relationship and they're working and they're really dealing with people that don't have money, right, or that much money
Yeah.
that's going to be investing passively in one of our deals, because usually like
Yeah.
$50,000 minimum. So
Yeah.
finding someone like that, and we've been able to. We have one person now that is assisting us with it, but for a while it was very difficult to bring that person on board, find that person, and bring on board because it's a difficult thing to search for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you don't need licenses, and that's a whole different game. It's like finding people. Have you worked with people that have wealthier people before? And how have you dealt with it, and what did you do with them? And that was pretty difficult trying process
Yeah.
for that.
You're making me think. So I was in the commercial real estate space for about 13 years, and I sold multifamily. And I remember somebody called me and said, "Hey, I'm interested in a property. I can get the 80% from the bank. I just don't have the 20%, for the 80." Yeah, I was like, "Well, that's a problem."
It's pretty important.
So you really need the 20% more than the 80%. All right, that's great. And so, and think community, we talk a lot about, and what you're talking about is finding the right person, and whether it is, for the role you're talking about, when it's recruiting for any type of role. I think an important message to that, Charles, that I find that I talk about when I'm talking, especially with my clients, is only hire great. And if something in your gut is telling you, God, this is like a 98 out of 100, but something in your gut says, don't do it. Really don't do it, because it's too hard to unwind. Always take the time, rewind and reverse engineer to make sure you have extra time, especially in today's world, and only hire great.